Hey everyone. I'm going to go over a workflow that it sounds a little bit complicated, but it's one of our favorite triggers to be looking for, and it has a whole slew of implications. And it's also something that I don't find that a lot of people automate because it's not really possible to automate outside of Clay. And so the workflow we're talking about here in particular is how we can find companies that recently lost an employee so that we can message towards that. So just quick story. Let's say that there's somebody who is named Robert who used to be the head of finance at a company, and now they've moved on to another company. So that previous company that they were working for is missing a head of finance. I want to be able to go to the CFO of that company or the CEO of that company and say, hey, I saw that this person moved on to this company. Seems like you're missing a head of finance. How are you thinking about replacing that role? This works in a staffing and recruiting context, but I also see if you run a financial management software company or a services company, whatever it might be, you can say, hey, while you're looking for this person, we can help step in and we can help here. And so this has been a very interesting campaign for us to run. I wouldn't say it's a silver bullet. It doesn't work all the time, but sometimes it gets people to be very, very interested and say, oh, you know what, that is right. That's thanks. Thanks for the lookout here. And so I'm going to go over a Clay workflow that we use to make this possible, and then I'll share the template as well in the YouTube comments and the LinkedIn comments as well too. And so let's just jump into it right now. And this is the workflow. So let's just jump in here. The way you have to first start with this workflow is you have to use Clay as a source to try to find people who are recently new in their role. And the reason why we do this is because there's not really a database that'll just let you search for companies that recently lost a role because everybody's targeting the people who are in those roles. So what we first do is we use Clay and we specifically set up our filters where we were looking for people in the United States, head of finance, director of finance, chief finance, president of finance, whatever it might be. And the maximum numbers of months since start date of current role is 3. And the reason why we do maximum number of months since start date of current role is so then we can find people who are new in one job. So what probably happened is they left one job and then they moved to another one. And we'll confirm that within Clay, but that's generally how we're building the list. The other hypothesis that we're going off of here is also that if you're a director of finance at one company, you've held a finance position at another company. So you're not just switching jobs all the time, but we'll account for that later in the workflow as well too. So this is just the data that you just get from Clay. And then we have this enriched person workflow over here where we're just getting all of the person's work experience. So when we see somebody's total work experience, we'll see that this person has 11 jobs as their work experience. And then we'll see this person has 9 jobs. This person has 11. I'm trying to find somebody who doesn't fit the bill here. All right, everybody fits the bill. Good for them. Oh, no. All right, so what I'm basically trying to find is somebody who has, so this person, they have 13 jobs and we get 12 matches over here. I'm seeing if the numbers aren't just -1 anywhere, and that doesn't seem like it's going to be the case. But that's fine. We're just protecting ourselves against that. And so what I mean we're protecting against is we use filter list of objects to filter for anybody who has experience that is current and it contains false. That way, we get a chronological order in JSON of who of where these people were working in their previous role. And then there's a couple important things from there. So now we know that currently they work at Vincora, but in the past they used to work at Certera, which, okay, that's funny that they both are like that, but whatever. Their end date was 2024-7/01. Cool. So then we map their previous title, the past company LinkedIn URL, and the end date of their most recent experience. And then you can use the AI formula generator and literally just ask it, is this date within 4 months of today? And we just throw it out there. And so then we're just asking, end date, is this within 4 months of today? And then we get these check marks. Boom, 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 boom. Because what some people might do is they might end a job and then they'll take time off and then they'll go. And if it's over 4 months, I mean, even 4 months is kind of a long time. So you could even edit this if you'd like. But if it's been over 4 months, they found somebody, it's not relevant anymore. The way business works, they probably even forgot about those people. So now we've confirmed that it does reach the time horizon that we want. And then what we have is we're just checking to make sure, and I'm going to give this away as a a shared table. So you'll see it found keywords here, but we found keywords because I was looking for finance keywords before. Here, I just put this here so that anybody who is using this in the future, you can just double confirm that, hey, they're a finance person now, but they were a finance person before as well too. So for instance, see, oh, perfect. So this person, Gabriella now is a director of finance and administration, but used to be an HR and office manager, which I probably wouldn't email to that. It's just a little bit too far off. So you can just double confirm that they actually have finance in this role. We confirmed that they had finance in the role when we built this source, but then we have it over here as well too. And so then what we'll do is we've written a formula that if the count is correct here, if the finance role has been found for their current position, and their timeline works out that the dates are fine, then we're going to go find more contacts. And so we're going to find contacts at that past company URL. We're going to find a chief finance, a CFO, a CEO, chief executive, president, whatever you want to do, whoever you want to target, right? And you could put in all of this stuff of people that you want to target, and you could take care of just all of this other stuff. And so then all you would do from here is I wanted to keep this agnostic so that you could just use it for any flow, or I guess ambiguous is the word, any flow that you'd want to put this into together. I would finish this off by using a write to table function over here to push these contacts into another flow so that you could reach out and you could say, okay, so this is the CEO. Hey, William, I was taking a look, and maybe you wouldn't want to reach out to the CEO in this situation, maybe change up the keywords, but hey, William, I was looking online and I saw that Joshua recently started over at Vincora, and it looks like you guys lost a senior finance business partner. How are you thinking about replacing this person, or whatever it might be, however it ties to your offer, right? And so this is just one of those triggers that I think one day is going to become as common as an open job trigger or a fundraising trigger. It's like you had a person doing this job and now you don't have a person doing this job. How are you getting around that? Like I said, this isn't really possible to automate outside of Clay in order to build a workflow like this. You got to use something like Clay to get all of the data and manipulate it and do the checks to make sure you're not doing anything wrong. But this has become one of our favorites as far as a trigger goes, because nobody automates this email, for one thing. And then the second thing is it's a true trigger. If you're missing that person, now you need to go hire for that position. And so that's why it's just becoming some of our favorites. So I'll give away this template for everybody, and I hope it is useful for you all. Thank you so much for watching.